So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I was on my new computer. Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, I was on a new computer. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, something wrong with that. I heard you the whole time.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, AJ? How you doing, brother? AJ, hopefully you can hear me. AJ, man, I'm telling you, this thing is
Yep.
killing me. Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, what's up, my boy?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, 'cause for some reason you're
Yep.
going in. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Hear you though.
Uh, yeah. What's good with you? Let me make sure I got. Yeah, I got all my bars. I just want to make sure we're good. Yep. So we're good. Got good strength. So, man, just had a good week last week. Week one, full of a lot of surprises. A lot of stuff went on last week, man. It was a great week for football. Glad it was back.
Yeah, for sure. High school football back. Caught a little college football this weekend too. So yeah, it's back to football season.
Yeah, man, it was good to see them boys, man. It was some interesting things that happened, on the college level. Notre Dame, looked very dominant, and USC looked like, your boy trying to go for the Heisman again. So it's very interesting to see all that. But they got some good games this week too. So uh, go ahead and tell the people about the cover regions that we cover.
Regions we cover: Orange, Osceola, Seminole, Lake, Brevard, and Volusia County. Within those regions, over 100 schools, 76 of which are FHSAA schools. So yeah, we cover a lot of talent in the Central Florida area.
And for those, a lot of people don't know, uh, like you know, it's and just so they know, more majority of those schools come from Orange County. Orange County is the biggest, uh, feeder of players in Central Florida. So for those who don't know, that's definitely one of the reasons why you may see a little bit, but a lot of the other counties are very well represented as well. Uh, Tell the people a little bit about our social media real quick, like where they can find us and stuff like that.
Social media, we're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. All of our social media accounts are Elite 100 Prospects. YouTube is Elite 100 Prospects 6, the number 6. So yeah, you Elite 100 Prospects. Again, we're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, um, IG, all of them. We everywhere. We Gmail account. We have a website, www.elite100prospects. If you want to send us an email, you can send us an email at info@elite100prospects. .com.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much covers it. Just the only difference is that I'll put on the bottom of the screen. Our YouTube is at Elite 100 Prospect 6 because, of course, there's a lot of Elite 100 prospects across the country. So if you want to see this video and see other videos, please go to our YouTube. Also, uh, we have our Player of the Week. Which you need to go to where they need to go to. Well, we can tell them when we get there. We want to also ask and invite anyone for sponsorships. Over the weekend, we should have a sponsor letter on the website. So go to www.elite100prospects.com. On there, you will be able to see sponsorships for our game. Our game is we usually take 50 players from Seminole, Volusia, Brevard to play against 50 players from Osceola Lake and Orange. Uh, and so, you know, that's something that so far I think it's 1-1, and that's pretty much what it is, if I remember correctly. So,
Okay.
we use the sponsorships to take care of jerseys, fields, all that stuff. So if you have anything like that, please let us know. Also, we do have a couple of guys that are going to help us out. So here's one sponsor. Well, I'll let you tell them what we have. Sleeve King. They do a lot of sleeves, and they're very prominent in the Florida area. Also, we have My Peeps, which is actually the sponsor of the Fan Player of the Week. But here's
When
Mr.
you've been injured in an
Fran.
accident or on the job due to the negligence of others, know this: your community has your back. Communities look out for each other, and I protect my community. Whether I'm fighting for a personal injury case, medical negligence, or winning the largest civil rights settlement in U.S. history, you will receive personalized and aggressive representation with a goal to maximize your win. Scan now to schedule your free consultation. Osborne and Francis, real tough lawyers.
Hey, and I apologize. I know that a lot of you guys weren't able to see that because we had that Elite 100 sponsor on there. So I'm going to play that again just so that we give everybody the opportunity to see that real quick. I apologize, but here you
When
go.
you've
So you
been
can see
injured in an
the.
accident or on the job due to the negligence of others, know this: your community has your back. Communities look out for each other, and I protect my community. Whether I'm fighting for a personal injury case, medical negligence, or winning the largest civil rights settlement in U.S. history, you will receive personalized and aggressive representation with a goal to maximize your win. Scan now to schedule your free consultation. Osborne and Francis, real tough lawyers.
Okay, shout out to Osborne and Francis. If you have any needs of the legal capacity, please make sure you check them out. All right, and last week we had one commitment, if I remember correctly. Uh,
Uh,
or did we have anybody?
Trey,
It was just well, we had two. We had
Bridges,
two commitments. Yeah, we had two commitments. Both of these young men played youth league together. One was Jordan Bridgewater, who committed to where?
UCF.
Okay, once again, the Knights are very prevalent in the Central Florida area. He might be the 10th or 11th kid they've gotten a commitment from. Um, so shout out to him and his family. Uh, his dad probably makes his dad's probably the only person I know to make gumbo better than me. So shout out to him for certain. Congratulations to him and his lovely family, wife and his sister. Then we have Trevor Jackson Jones, quarterback. He committed to
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. So that was Ole Miss, which is his brother committed to FAU to Lane Kiffin, and now he commits to Ole Miss to Lane Kiffin. So sometimes those family ties can help you in recruiting. Shout out to him on that as well. Him and his family. Mom did a tremendous job. They had his commitment down at his sister's house, and it was a very nice commitment. I went by there. Shout out to the Jones boys that came out and supported him and showed the love as well. That was big. I really appreciate just seeing his teammates having something for him. I thought that was tremendous. All right, and then we can start off now. Hey, game of the week. We have a game of the week each week. Last week was week one. That's what it's called. So we have the week one game of the week. Um, you were there. Tell the people a little bit about both teams and what you saw.
Game of the week was Coco versus Jones. Downtown Orlando, Florida. Jones had the home field advantage. Coco came out honestly and controlled the game throughout. They pretty much controlled the game. At one point, it was 16-0. Coco did a good job last year. They attacked Jones a lot vertically. This year, they set Jones up with a lot of short passes, a lot of screens. Getting their big athletic offensive linemen in front, blocking for their smaller, quicker wide receivers. And they were able to get a 16-0 lead. George Brown from Jones got a pick six to cut the lead to 16-17. And then right before the half, Coco got a field goal, making it 19-7. Jones came out, scored, put a couple drives together in the second half. But also in that first half, Jones had a safety on a bad snap. Bad snap went over the punter's head, and went out of the end zone for a safety. Those 2 points proved to be very important. And on the sideline, I'm telling a couple of people I'm watching the game with, I say, man, I just got a feeling when Jones scored, they're going to have to make the 2-point conversion, and that's going to be the difference maker. And at the end of the day, it was Jones scored, and instead of being able to kick an extra point to tie it up, they had to go for 2. They were unsuccessful on that. But once again, their defense got another chance. James Chenault, we call him Bobo, he got 2 interceptions in the last 3 minutes of the game to give Jones a chance. Jones had a 50-50 ball at the end of the game, last play of the game, and they were just unable to catch that. So they lost by 2. But Coco showed me a lot. Jones showed me a lot. Even in all of the turmoil, they had a chance to win at the end of the game. I think both teams are high-level, quality teams. Somebody had to lose, and this year, Coco was able to get their get back from last year.
Okay. We'll address Robert a little bit later in the show. But we'll definitely address him a little bit later in the show. But we want to make sure that we give total due to the player who was the week 1 player of the game.
Week 1 player of the game was Javion Hilson, 2025 defensive end. I've been on record saying that I believe 2025, his senior year, he'll be easily top 5 recruits in this area. He's a 6'5", 230, 240-pound defensive end, already running 11 ones. So by the time he graduates, he could be a sub-11 in the 100 meters at defensive end. He's just a freak. He ended up having 4.5, 5 sacks. And Coco pressured Jones quarterbacks throughout the game. And I think that's what that's what Coco won the game, is in the trenches on offensive line and defensive line won the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll go on record as saying, he'll probably be the top guy in 2025 when it's all said and done. I mean, this is one of the things that I try to get parents to understand. And not being, your kid can be the best football player it is. Every school is looking for that 6'4", 230 kid to run 11. I promise you. Like, he will, and he can play. Like, a lot of dudes, they might could do all that, but they can't play. So, it's going to be interesting to see, it's a lot of good 25s. It's going to be really interesting to see, what guys step up. But I know that he's going to be one of the guys to watch. With that being said, we had a fan poll, and tell the people where they can go every week and vote for the fan player of the week and all that kind of stuff.
So this fan player of the week is something that this is new, something we're trying to get some more fan interaction. You can go on Twitter. This is a Twitter-only poll. So I know a lot of parents contact me, say, oh, my people don't have Twitter. I mean, this is 2023. So it's something that you go on Twitter. We'll pick 4 players who had.
Damn that, man! I'm old, man. I'm not hearing that. You talking about old folks, man? I don't. I'm terrible on social media. So, man, stop that, man. Don't say it's 2023, man. Don't do us like that. Just say something like, hey, just say, I encourage you to get on Twitter, but don't make us feel old, bruh. Come on now.
Listen, this is what I tell you, parents. The coaches, they recruiting on Twitter. So if you want to see and want to know what's going on, you go get a Twitter account, man. You don't got to post, but you want to be aware, right? You got a Twitter.
I never use it. I don't. You get on me all the time because I never use it.
Yeah, I know. But
only reason I got it was to deal with the 7-on-7 kids. That's the only reason I got it. That's the only reason I got it. But you made me get it. But go ahead. That's another story. But go ahead.
Exactly, because you need it. You need it. You have to have a Twitter. You have to have a Twitter account in 2023, parents. It is unacceptable not to have a Twitter account. I'm just being honest.
Somebody agrees with you, AJ. Somebody agrees with you.
Hey, these coaches jumping in your son's DM. That's how they hitting them up.
Yeah, but one of the things, just let me help you parents out because parents get all excited. Most of the time, those same guys, those coaches have dummy Twitter accounts, but that's a whole nother story. But go ahead, man. I
Yeah.
don't want to. Go ahead. But so we had our general, and I think one of the things that we need to make sure everybody understands, the fan player of the week is anybody in the Central Florida, any of the areas that we cover. And so, because we can't be at all the games, so this is in the case. So we had four guys that got the nod. Can you just tell the people, uh, who those four guys were, and then I'll drum roll and you can tell them who won. AJ, you hear me? AJ might not hear. All right, so yes, Coco and Jones game of the week,
You give me
but
now?
yeah, I can hear you now. AJ, yeah, you might be. Yeah, I think his internet might be lagging a little bit. So I do know the four guys. One was Ezekiel Brinson,
It's me.
Okoye, D tackle. He had he was one of the guys. I'm not gonna get his stats because AJ had his stats on him.
I played the player. We had no. You
You can't hear nothing. Yeah,
There
you
you
can't
go.
hear
It
him.
was Noah Grubbs. Noah Grubbs was a quarterback, late Larry. Can't hear me?
Yeah, you're going in and out. But Noah Grubbs is one.
Can't hear me, dog?
I can hear you now.
Noah Grubbs was one. He had five. Noah Grubbs was one. He had 528 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Stanley Anderson Lofton was another, 508 yards passing, 5 touchdowns passing, 4 touchdowns running, had 9 touchdowns. Then we had Ezekiel Brinson, 9 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 3 TFLs for Okoye. Stanley, my bad, he goes to Dr. Phillips. And then Javion Hilson had 5 sacks for Coco in a victory. So we had 2 offensive and 2 defensive guys.
Yeah, every week it'll be 2-2, so that we can, give everybody some love because we know a lot of time the defensive guys don't get love. But with that being said, drum roll. Who's the fan player of the week?
Fan player of the week with 41% of the votes goes to Noah Grubbs of Lake Mary, 2026 quarterback, breaking several passing records for Orange County. For Lake Mary, with those 528 yards and those 8 touchdowns. So he had himself a career night.
He had 8 or 9.
8 and 3 quarters.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Congratulations to him. My peeps will be awarding him a certificate as well as taking him to eat at Frogger's actually in Altamont off of 434. So that'll be Monday. So shout out to him and his family, and we look forward to eating with him and socializing with him and get to see what kind of kid he is. So shout out to him. So now we're done with week 1. So now we got to go over to week 2. We might as well go ahead and start off with the week 2 top 10. But before we start with them, let's tell the people a little bit about the next guys up.
Well, we kind of skipped last week top 10.
Yeah, I mean last week. Hey, last week was last week. They should have been at the show and saw who we had. This is the updated week. We talked about last week.
Yeah, but we always talk about what they did last week.
If you want to do it, hey, more power to it. I'm like, hey, we talked about it. Hey, this is a whole new week. But if you want to do it, hey, go right ahead. I will be off at 9:00 tonight. So if you want to do it, hey, we got time.
Last week top 10 was Mainland. They beat D-Land 43-31. Number 2, it was Coco. They beat Jones 20-22. Jones was number 3. Apopka was 4. They won against Okoye 2-0 in a baseball game. Seminole was 5. They beat Rockledge 22-13. Edgewater was 6. They was victorious over Bishop Moore 24-19. Olympia was number 7. They lost to Wekiva 24-21. Lake Mineola was 8. They lost to Manatee 27-46. Osceola was 9. They lost to Treasure Coast 22-8. And Heritage was at the 10th spot, and they beat Satellite 41-0.
All right.
Looking on to this week, the next 3 up. next three up for this week was Titusville, Oviedo, and D-Land. Three pretty solid teams. I'm really impressed with D-Land, even though they lost last week to Mainland. It was, if you make sense, it was an impressive loss, so to speak. I know it don't make sense, but
It makes
I like
perfect sense.
D-Land out of those next three up.
Makes perfect sense. I mean, we don't penalize guys for losing to teams that we consider to be elite. Like last year with Duncanville beat Jones, we didn't penalize Jones. When Jones lost to IMG, we didn't penalize Jones. You know, it's something to be said about that you would even play those kind of teams. The fact that D-Land would play Mainland, first game out the box says a lot about both schools. And so I shout out to both of those coaches because I love to see guys not run away from competition. So shout out to both those coaches. Now let's start off with number 10 then, AJ. Who's number 10 this week?
Number 10, we got E-Galley, EG, representing Brevard County. They were victorious last week, and they have Bishop Moore Hornets. Rick
Okay.
Pennick with it. But yeah, E-Galley at number 10, they got Bishop Moore.
Okay, so Clinton Stanley, that's where early on sponsorships get at us, so we can, but this is the only free one you get. So everybody, hey man, if you get a chance, go to Yumma Barbecue and Apopka. It really is tasty. The man has everything you need, from seafood to the wings to hamburgers. Honestly, he has probably the best burger I've ever had in Central Florida. He makes a mean burger, but everything over there is pretty good. So make sure you go out and check him out. And you can get him on Facebook. That's his name, Clinton Stanley Sr. So you'll be able to get him on Facebook. All right, who we got at number 9?
Number 9, we're looking at Wekiva. Wekiva was victorious. I mean, you could say in an upset, but yeah, they beat Olympia, a team that was favored. Yeah, they beat Olympia last week. So Wekiva at that 9 spot, they got another tough matchup this week versus Ocoee. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, while we're here, we'll go ahead and dust off. I'll answer this question first. Yeah, the seafood I got is from the one you're probably talking about is I got the hookups seafood with Jeff Robinson. That's the one I post most of the time. Coach Robinson, he's over the Popka youth Pop Warner. So we'll give Rob, since Rob is on here. He said he hope you gentlemen have a safe. Well, we appreciate that, Rob, more than you know. Hope everybody's safe, to be honest. But this is what he wanted to hear. The game of the week that's coming up. But since he wanted to know about what do we think about a Koi. He said it earlier. The Koi Apopka game. I'll touch on Olympia first, since we just talked about Olympia and those guys. I was at that game. Wekiva. One thing that I love about Wekiva is that they have their coach's personality. Like they're not quitting. I mean, they could have easily rolled over, but if you play up Wekiva, you're gonna have to play them for 40 minutes. Then 40, however long it is, they are not going to quit. It's a 48-minute game with them. And a shout out to and that comes from the coach, but also comes from Sincere Edwards, who has that tremendous motor. Sincere, pretty much willed his team to victory, in my opinion. From the beginning of the game, before the game even started, Sincere, had that dog mentality. And shout out to him for what he did. I think that he's done some tremendous things on that end. So okay, hold on. So you got your boy. Now we'll go over here to Koi, since and
One
Olympia.
more time though, shout out to Josh Bennett too, wide receiver for Wekiva. Ended up having 2 touchdowns and over 150 yards receiving. So I did want to give a shout out to Josh too.
Yeah, and it was a team effort. I mean, they definitely did very, very well. Offense, defense, coaching did a
And he
great
had
job
an
as well.
interception too. My bad.
Yeah. All right. So here's the guy that you've been wanting to get with a while. You give, of course, some props and saying it's going to be upset. It's about time, AJ. I'm confused. Did Okoye win?
No, Rob. I don't know why Rob always coming for me. and they scored 0 freaking points last week, Rob. What are we talking about, dog? Your team, the defense was tremendous. They gave up 2 points and couldn't win. Like that.
Well, but the thing is,
those were the reasons why I wasn't sold on Okoye to begin with. So what are we saying, Rob? I'm confused.
I'm confused too, because I remember that was one of the things that we talked about. I was telling you that I felt the defense would be extremely well, and I could have sworn they were saying the offense, and you brought up that the offense wasn't going to be able to do as well with with losing with the departure.
3,500 yards just walked
Right.
out the door in college.
Yeah, so we knew the defense historically across the board. Coach Buck Gurley has done a tremendous job defensively at Okoye, and I would challenge anybody to argue that. Whether he's had Power 5 kids or not, Okoye has always been good defensively. So that's definitely something that that's something that because I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about. Rob, you got to be more succinct because I'm confused. Seriously, I'm confused, and I know you and AJ got a little something going on, but they called a TD back. Well, that happens, Chris. So I mean,
Chris, let me tell you. I mean, I ain't even trying to play you either, Chris. But when a wide receiver goes out of bounds, you can't be the first person to touch the ball if you just run out of bounds. So that's called illegal touching, and that's part of the game.
Yeah, and see, now this is how you handle that. Like this, what I like. That this is someone from Olympia. This is what I'm talking about. Like that's how you handle it. When you lose, you handle it just like that. You got to give up props to the people. You got to give up props to the people that you lost to, because because then that's him in a loss. Now this is Rob in a loss. But if they didn't look good, they still won. So you can't.
So what did that say about Okoye then, Rob?
You can't say that.
So what did that say about Okoye?
Yeah, you can't say that. You got to give. You got to give. He wish he could call in.
When Rob, you had the chance to call in, you were scared to call in. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, and Chris, that is definitely correct. What AJ told you previously, that is definitely correct. What AJ told you, and we'll move on, man. Who we got at number? Who we got at number?
Number 8. Number 8, we're looking at Heritage, another team that was very intriguing on the offseason with over 19 transfers. A lot of them are Division I quality athletes. But Heritage, they at home this week versus Palm Bay. So Heritage at the 9 spot.
Yeah, man. Heritage at 9. Heritage at 9. Who we got at 8?
I mean, my bad. Heritage at 8. Right. Heritage at 8.
At number 7, who we got at 7?
7, we got Lake Mary. Lake Mary with an impressive offense, scoring 76 points. But like we talked on air, they gave up 60. So I don't care who you playing, you give up 60 points. That's alarming.
The sad part is you needed 76 to win that game. That's right. That's whoever I know the defensive guy at DP, and I know the guys at Lake. Those defensive coaches are, I'm sure, highly upset. I mean, I'll guarantee you that even the defensive coach, they had a problem with it. Yeah, go ahead, man. Who's number 6?
Number 6, we looking at Edgewater. Edgewater 1-0. They won a tough game versus Bishop Moore, 24-19. But they have Clearwater Academy. They got to go to Clearwater Academy. I think that's going to be a very tough game for them.
Yeah, Edgewater is definitely a team that they always play hard. They have some great coaching, good culture over there. But this might be a little bit much going down to Clearwater. Are they going down to Clearwater?
Yes.
Yeah, that might be a little bit too much to bite. For those who don't know, Clearwater is a very solid team. It's a private school, so basically all the guys in that Tampa, St. Pete area that are elite, they go to that school. So. It's going to be tough. Number 5, who do we got?
Number 5, we're looking at Apopka. winning 2-0. Offensively, they might have not been impressive, but they pitched a shutout. So that's always impressive, giving up 2 points. Giving up 0 points. So we got a Popka.
Yeah, APK is always pretty solid. We know that. They do a tremendous job defensively. Always have. Uh, offensively they're struggling a little bit. That spread is not coming the way they want to. Uh, they've been trying for the last 10 years to really go spread, but they can't never seem to get it going. And I think when they go back to that daughter, they're probably going to score a few points. They've been trying to go spread since my son was there in 2011. We played we played South Lake, and we was in spread. We was down. We was on national TV. We was down 12-0. We went back to daughter. We beat them 63-12. so so they might want to go back to daughter so they can score some points and let that defense bite. Because one thing about those guys, I don't care historically, the defense is always biting. And shout out to those good defensive coaches at Apopka for certain. All right, and then who's number 4?
Number 4, we're looking at Jones Tigers. Like I just mentioned, they took a 2-point defeat, and they will be going on the road to Maryland to play a national ranked powerhouse team in Good Counsel, the number 2 team in Maryland last season. So this is going to be another test for Jones. It's something that Coach Elijah does very frequently, loads up that out of district schedule on the front end to get them ready for postseason play, and so far it's been pretty successful. So Jones at the 4th spot.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Good Counsel is, pretty much a private school up in the Maryland, D.C. area, and they have provided, NFL guys for the last 15 years. So that's going to be a good test for those guys. While they're up there, they'll get an opportunity to sightsee and see the stuff. That's another thing that people slip on Jones and Coach Elijah about. He'll make sure they go by the White House, make sure they go, and see things in the community. So shout out to Coach on that behalf. I'm gonna have to give Will, my boy Will. He said they have a truth. Yeah, but they actually do, Will. They brought in my frat brother from Tennessee. He's a spread OC. So that's definitely not the issue. They definitely have been committed to it the last couple of years. So that's something that we look at this dude right here, man. What look, dude, I'm on the show. Somebody's trying to call me. I'm actually on the show, bro. I mean, I'm confused, man. Who's number 3, man? Who's number 3?
Number 3, we're looking at Seminole, man. Seminole, they beat Rockledge last week, 22-13. They play Osceola at home. So yeah, we got Seminole at the number 3 spot.
Yeah, and that Clearwater Academy game is at Edgewater. For those it is at Edgewater. So yeah, it is at Edgewater.
Okay,
all right,
good.
All right, now so number 2.
Yeah, it is at Edgewater. My bad. Number 2, we're looking at Cocoa. Cocoa's at home versus Venice. That's a tough matchup, man. Another Florida powerhouse, so to speak. So yeah, Cocoa, they got Venice.
Okay, so Cocoa has Venice, which is definitely something that we, Venice is a good team, but I think Cocoa is gonna. We're not calling that game, but I think Cocoa is going to be prepared for Venice. So, but Venice is definitely a good team. They pretty much get all the dogs in that area, so that's going to be a very good game. It'll be for anybody who is with Cocoa. Make sure that go on my Facebook and tag me so I know what's going on with that game, because I do want to know about that one. All right.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same Venice team. I know they got some players. Charles Lester, a couple of them boys went over, but they lost to Armwood 25-34. So Venice is coming off of a loss. So that's why I'm kind of.
Oh yeah, but Armwood done loaded up. Armwood, and they went back to the old Armwood. They're getting a lot of those players to come back over like how they used to. So that wouldn't surprise me. But all right, and then our number 1 team. I don't think that changed.
You saying?
Yeah. Armwood might be back to doing what and we definitely got to give Armwood love, because they help every year. We've done the the junior all-star game, junior elite showcase game there, and they've always been very nice to us.
Legend.
So shout out to those guys. So uh, oh, now this dude want to be put on live, Rob. All right, Rob, hold on, man. We get to the end of the show, we'll put you on. So just hang tight. All
Yeah,
right,
put
go,
this man
go.
in. Next up, we got
Yeah.
Mainland at the 1 spot. They beat D-Land 43-31. They're at home versus West Broward. And we got Mainland. So starting from the top to the bottom, number 1, Mainland. Number 2, Cocoa. Number 3, Seminole. Number 4, Jones. 5, Apopka. 6, Edgewater. 7, Lake Mary. 8, Heritage. 9, Wakava. And 10, Egali. Ugali, EG, however you pronounce it.
All right. Yeah, man. Shout out to, I don't know how you pronounce it anyway. But they are some, yeah. So that I know who that is. I don't even. I know who that is just because I know who that is. I don't know who it is, but I guarantee you, it's probably a head coach that I know. But anyway, man. So shout out, to everybody. Congratulations for those teams
I
that were picked.
want to know who it is. Who is that?
Yeah,
I want to know
yeah.
who that is, man. I like that person. Who is that?
Say you like that person. All right, so we gonna go over our pick'ems last
Yeah,
week,
man.
and go ahead and tell the people about who we picked last week, and then we'll go over this week after that. Go ahead, AJ.
Last week pick'em was horrendous.
Hey, not for me. I'm good. I'm in the lead. So
last week we had. You hear me?
yeah,
You can hear me?
I actually hear you now.
All
But
right. Last week we had all right, last week we had Mainland versus D-Land. Both of us picked Mainland, got that one right. Toho versus Liberty. Both of us picked Toho, got that one right. Upset right here. Tavares versus Atlantic. Tavares hadn't had a victory in 659 days. And they beat Atlantic. Came back and scored a touchdown with under 2 minutes to go. So both of us were wrong there. Rockledge versus Seminole. Both of us was picked right with Seminole, not buying into the Rockledge hype. And then we had the upset. Wakava beat Olympia. And then with that game of the week, I picked Jones. You picked Cocoa. You were right. I was wrong. You went 4-2, and I went 3-3 last week.
And I only picked Coco because I would have picked Jones. I would have took Coco just so we could be a little different. But now that I'm in the lead, I could pick whoever. But anyway, that was Pine Hills, man, that said that. Like for sometimes guys on our end, it just shows up as Facebook user when you're on Facebook. So that's the case. All right. So all right. With that being said, let's get it for this week. What we got? This week,
That's this week.
what teams?
But before we go there, though, this week, yeah, let's just go on. This week, we got a matchup of two Volusia County programs, Deltona versus Spruce Creek. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Spruce Creek. I think Spruce Creek gonna take this game.
Yeah, same here. I definitely take Spruce Creek. I think they'll definitely take it. Who's the next one?
All right. Next game we got Osceola Seminole. I'm gonna let you start pick first now. You go ahead. So you don't always feel like
I'm not copying you anyway. I got Seminole then. All right, you copy me then. That's fine. I got Seminole then. All right, that's fine. I got Seminole then. No problem. I got Seminole.
Last week you go first. Now.
I got Seminole.
Just keep my pick. So I'm gonna let you go first.
All right, I got Seminole.
We got Osceola. You got Seminole? Okay, I got Seminole as well. All right, perfect. Next up we got Leesburg versus Eustis, a battle of Lake County. Who you got?
Leesburg.
All right, perfect. Because I got Leesburg as well.
No, man. Don't just pick everything I pick.
This week.
Yeah, don't copy me, bro. Don't copy me. Choose something different.
Next up, we got Seminole County matchup. We got Oviedo versus Lake Mary. Who you got?
Lake Mary.
I got Lake Mary as well. All right, bet.
Gosh.
Next up, we got an Orange County special. We got Wekiva versus Ocoee. Who you got?
Man, I'm gonna go with Wekiva.
Perfect. We got Wekiva because I got Wekiva as well. Next up, we got Palm Bay versus Heritage.
I'm gonna go with Heritage.
A Brevard County matchup.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Heritage.
Yep, I'm going with Heritage as well. And then we got the game of the week. So, confidential. No one knows the game of the week. Game of the week this week is going to actually be Boone versus Evans.
All right. You want me to pick that one first too?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got Evans.
I have Evans as well. So
you copied me the whole week.
Same exact schools. I don't care what the hell you say. You can say at least I feel like you feel like I copied you versus me feeling like you copy me every week, because that's all it'd be like.
Hey, all I know is you may have to copy.
Care. I'm not just gonna pick Oviedo because you picked Lake Mary. I am not doing it. So I'm actually kind of disappointed. Last week I went 3-3.
All right, well, hey man, that's fine. Hey, no problem. Next week you got to start picking. We're gonna alternate every week, so that's fine. Next week is your week to pick first, so that's fine with me. We'll alternate every other week. That's fine. Okay. All right. So let's get it on my boy Rick, Certified Family. That's my dude right there.
Rick called me. That's who. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured he was about to get on the show. Shout out to Rick. He is Certified Family. Shout out to my dog. For those who don't know, Rick Pennick is over there in Lakeland doing some big things over there, and we expect him to have a great
shout out to Rick.
Yeah, that's what I said. But I think AJ's glitching
you know how many
up.
touchdowns Rick had Friday? Rick, they played Miami Norland, even though Lakeland lost. That boy had 4 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We know who he is. I mean, so he's one of the most underrated receivers easily.
Back to the house.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the most underrated receivers in the area. Like, so somebody's gonna have him a hell of a football player when they get him, because he can go, and he's one of my favorite kids. All right, so yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So what you saying? You don't think he's gonna stay committed? You don't think he's gonna stay committed to Western Michigan?
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real hard. It's gonna be hard for them to keep him. But they say BJ out for the week. Yeah, I still like Evans. I think that Coach Odom is showing the people that
what Jermaine getting his sources from.
Yeah, let him have it. But hey, with that being said, we're getting close to almost. Let's see. We hear that now. We got our questions. So Robert, hey man, Robert, come on, we're gonna get you in here. You've been. Here you go.
Send the man a request.
Yeah, there I am. I'm right here. Never been scared. So now let's get it. Let's get that. Since you're so confused about something, I didn't say nothing about you. You ran off talking about this popular game and talking about how they was gonna get blown out. It wasn't a blowout game. It was a defensive game. It was a good game. What happened was some little fluke, little safety happened. Okay, I don't even respect games like that. 2-0. That's a baseball score, but it was a good fought game. You don't give Ocoee credit for what credit is due. You never do. You talk about Ocoee like they're nothing. But let me just tell you something. Those kids bust their behind when they play. No, they're not Coco. They're not Jones. They're Ocoee High School, and them kids play with heart. Hold on for a second. Let me finish. I respect you. I respect your game. I respect what you do. But when you do that, you minimize what these kids do. And let me just say this. We're going to smash Wekiva, and I'm going to say it here. I'm wearing this Ocoee hat because I'm going to represent it. That's what it is. I'm going to do it. Always. And I hope you got those wings for me because I like lemon pepper, extra crispy. 50. I didn't stutter. This bet is still on. Nothing changes. So I why don't you come over to the Wekiva game so me and you can watch and you can give me your analytical skills on the football. We're not talking about the rest of the season. We're talking about one game at a time. One game at a time, AJ. We don't play the whole season in one game.
If y'all lose this weekend,
Oh, if
He
we
is
lose,
the Facebook user is correct, man. Rob,
listen here.
you're not
Listen here.
speaking facts. I never said Apopka was gonna blow y'all out.
You
How I
read, you
look
read,
saying
you read,
Apopka
you
was gonna
yes,
blow
you
y'all
did
out
because
when
you
I
Hey,
said
know.
it. You said it on the last televised that they won't get blown
I said we was gonna
out.
beat you.
A Kobe ain't this. They they
yeah,
beat us.
Hey G, were
They
you
didn't go in the
correct?
end zone. They-
hey, let's make sure.
Rob, you got
I
a
gotta
son.
mute.
You must got you must got a
I gotta
son
mute
on the
Rob
team.
because I gotta mute Rob because he's not even allowing anybody to talk. So
He's
Rob,
not
let's
talking
answer.
facts.
Let's get one thing established. He never said that Corey was going to blow them out. And the beautiful thing is these videos up. So do me a favor, Rob. If you're saying that he said that, please get the video and tell us
Go on
the timestamp.
YouTube, look it.
So that, like, because these videos are there. I don't think he said that. But I'm gonna put you back on, Rob. But you gotta let other people talk, man. It can't just be, you getting whatever frustrations you have out.
I ain't got
All
no
right.
frustrations. This
Uh,
is all love, baby. It's all
I
love.
got it, but you gotta let the man talk. Now,
Rob, what you want? Rob,
the,
what you want?
What
You
the
want
hell
me
hold
just
to
on
lie,
happened?
Rob?
Oh, come on, bro.
before I
Don't do this.
forget to, is internet going out? Say, but anyway, man, the wing bet y'all have is 50 wings, and it's Koi has to go 8-2.
He might as well give me my wings now.
No, wasn't that the bet? I just wanted for clarification. Wasn't that the bet?
It was either 8-2
So
or
you got to,
7-3.
you got to go find that. I want to
Hold on, let
say
me
I want to say you
make
said 8-2.
sure
I remember
I
telling you to
wrote it
write
down.
it down. I remember telling you to write it down. I think y'all ended up negotiating 7-3, and Rob, unfortunately, his
Uh,
internet went out. I think
yeah, Rob, it was 7-3.
yeah, Spectre. Yeah, so I'm not gonna just let my man sit up there like that. So I'm gonna remove it from the stream. But yeah, so uh yeah, man. Rob is a diehard Okoye fan. I love it.
He
So
needs
hey,
more than
uh
spectrum.
they,
He need more than
they
spectrum help.
no, the thing is, hey man, Okoye can win this game. I mean, it's gonna be a defensive struggle, but if Okoye offense don't show up, then I mean, I don't care what offense what defense you have. Eventually, if you don't capitalize, they're gonna get tired. So Rob does have a son that plays at Okoye, plays wide receiver on offense. Uh, so Rob is my dude from New York and a Dallas Cowboy fan. So I rock with Rob. He definitely has a lot of passion. But my thing is, I
I'm
don't
gonna let
think
him.
you ever
I'm gonna
said
let
it.
Rob
I,
have
I don't think you ever said anything about the Koi kids and the
it.
players. I don't know how.
He won't
I don't know how.
get kids. Mad
I
about
don't know how
kids
this
like
rumor.
that.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. Well, somebody said West Orange versus Apopka. Who you got? Who you got? Who you got. West Orange versus Apopka. Who you got? Since that, I'm gonna let you answer that one first. This don't
Man,
count
I
towards.
want.
This don't count towards our. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I want
yeah,
to
we know.
say. I ain't gonna lie. I want to say Apopka, but damn, they ain't scored no points last. They scored 2 points. That made me nervous. On the flip side, West Orange scored 3 special teams touchdowns against Oak Ridge.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, that's rough too. Like this is one of those games. But if I had to,
I'm gonna go Apopka. I'm gonna go
yeah,
Apopka.
where that game would have to be at West Orange though, because last year Trevor them beat Apopka at Apopka. So I'm gonna go with West Orange, man. Unless I hope Apopka. I'm an APK guy. No, I'm gonna go APK. I'm an APK guy. That was my team. I got too many players on that team,
You don't
but they
trust
better.
West Orange?
I don't trust West Orange offense. I trust their defense. I don't trust their offense. Apopka, I could see them like getting some turnovers and scoring off them turnovers. I think I could see them put that but I do need Apopka's offense to do a little, to handle their business.
Oh,
I
that's
really
why.
do.
Well, that's why you picked the Popka. I see why you picked the Popka.
Oh no, 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 no! I got too many kids over there that I coach. So it's like I got only one kid at West Orange I coach. That's Bridgewater. I got way more kids at Apopka. So I gotta go with the APK. Deep down, you know, I'm an APK guy. Just they just didn't throw the ball. That's why we went to Okada. I mean, there was no reason for me to go to APK because they wasn't gonna throw the ball. So that would be a waste of my time and their
So
time too.
if they had the spread offense now, you'll go to Apopka?
If they would, the spread is bigger than just the offense. You have to have the QBs and all that, and the receivers and the line. So it's different.
I'm gonna let you have that, man.
No, my frat brother over there is the OC.
The game at Apopka though. The game at Apopka.
I thought last year West Orange beat them at Apopka.
No, it was at West Orange. I'm looking at the schedule. It's at Apopka home. It's at Apopka.
Okay, and then that make a difference then. But I'm gonna still go with them boys at APK. Even regardless of that, especially if it's at Apopka, I definitely go with those guys. They tend to play very hard at APK. It's hard to lose over there. So yeah, so we had an interesting show.
Fletch say your back pedal smooth like
backpedaling on what? Backpedaling on what? What? I mean, I was trying. Hey man, I don't even like West Orange. So I'm being, I'm like being like as honest as I could be. I think West Orange does have a lot of talent, especially on that defensive side of the ball. So I think as far as I'm concerned,
he talking about the part when I asked you if Apopka had this spread offense with a side with there. He talking about
no.
You start backpedaling.
No. If they had a QB, I would have loved to went there. If they had a QB and someone, like now they have a coordinator who understands the spread. They've always had guys trying to bring the spread that didn't know nothing about the spread. They have a coordinator that understands that. But the problem is they don't have all the necessary pieces because they haven't really been throwing the ball like that. So but they do have a coordinator that knows what the heck he's doing. Yeah, they do have a coordinator that knows what the heck he's doing. So that's a little different, Yeah, Vanguard and Mineola should be a good one. Shout out, matter of fact, shout out to our boy Farmer, man. Yeah, I definitely got Vanguard. Shout out to my boy Farmer. His son had a really good game last week. It's out there in Marion County, but I think he had three picks, a couple of pick sixes. So shout out to him on that. So that's that, man. So but man, we at the end of the show. It's 8:57. You got anything else for the people?
Nah, we're gonna get Rob back on next week.
No, Rob. Rob. We can put him on right now. Hold on 1 second. There's Rob again.
I apologize. My phone was charging and it kind of kicked out. My bad. I do apologize for that. I know you were saying something, Mr. AJ, and I didn't want to act like I hung up and didn't want to hear what you have to say. So go ahead and finish what you have to say.
All right, Rob. Let's get this out of the air. All right. I don't know why you think I'm hating Okoye. I'm just being honest. I never said Okoye sucked. I've always given Okoye credit on the defensive side of the ball. But it's 3 phases to football: offense, defense, special teams. Right. I'm not sold on offense. Special teams in high school, who knows? That can go any way. Now, I do think their return game is legitimate. Obviously, you got Ace and you got Josh back there, punt return, kick return, that could help. But when you get down in the meat of it and they got to play these Metro teams, they're not going to win on punt returns and kick returns. As you see, they couldn't get one off last week. It was a 2-0 score. They lost. Your defense ain't supposed to give up 2 points and lose ever. Not even in baseball. So when I look at it, just being honest, I'm not sold on the offense. So what was our bet? Did you say we said 7-3, right?
7-3. It didn't change.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh no, I don't change up. 7-3.
Everybody heard it, 7-3. So hey, with that being said, man,
I do appreciate your time, AJ. I hope we can get to sit there and watch a game together. You can give me your analytical insight on these games.
Yeah, man. Okoye,
I would love to see you at the Wakaiba one.
Nah, I ain't gonna be there. But if Okoye make a run, they could potentially be a game of the week later on.
Yeah, so
You got to
Hey,
be
Game of the week.
willing
I
to
thought
do
if they go 7-3, they're gonna have to be a game of the week. So
that.
if they go 7-3, they will definitely be a game of the week. Yeah, Rob, his internet keep going in and out. Hold on one
No,
second.
it's not mine. That was your two internets. That wasn't mine. I'm here watching
we
your two circles.
we were still here. Like I said, we were still on TV. You was the one that blanked out.
My phone kind of thing, and that's why Harry would hurry back because I know you get off at
Hey,
9 o'clock. So I wanted to get what he had to say,
Speaking of
and
which,
not leave him hanging.
before we
Yeah.
go, speaking of which,
Rob,
Anthony
Rob, I
Marshall, hey,
will
Monday,
commend
I
you.
need to get my wings.
Oh yeah.
What happened? What happened? I didn't hear you, AJ.
I said I will commend you because you got to be a good dad though, because it's like I could feel it, dog. So like I give you that though. You riding it down with your boy and his boys, but they
I
crashing,
got
though,
you.
but I give you that.
It's my son. I got a son that's a senior there, and I got one that's a freshman who's coming up. So I got to ride and die. It's them nights forever, baby. Black and gold. There it is.
Hey, the one good thing
We ain't
about
talking about 858 neither. We talking about them nights, baby. We ain't talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
one good thing about my dog, man, is he a Cowboy fan too. So I know I
Basically.
got somebody. I know I got somebody. If it jump off, in the Cowboy arena, we got him.
It's going
Yeah.
down.
So he's a
Hey,
supporter all the way.
What's your football team, Mr. AJ? Your NFL football team.
I'm a Miami boy. Hurricanes, Dolphins.
Oh, I'm a Hurricane fan also.
Yeah, he definitely he's definitely a Miami like which I do commend because I get so tired of people. Like I'm from Texas, so all my teams are Texas teams. It drive me
I'm from New
crazy.
York.
But y'all don't
So,
count because y'all everybody from New York all over. Y'all represent. But like I see people that they talk about they not from the areas that they all of a sudden now they a Laker fan. Man, I'm all the way.
yeah. I'm a Yankee fan. I'm a 76ers fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. And I'm a U fan. I'm all over.
Yeah. By the way, that's true. Darren is his nephew.
Yeah, Darren Wharton is my nephew. Jaden Wright is my son. Yeah.
Oh, Darren.
I saw you at the game. I'm the one that came to you. What happened?
Oh, they say that Darren should have been the MVP in the All-Star game. That was you?
Yeah, I came up to you. You had your jacket on because I spoke to you and you told me that Jaden missed I guess some cutoff about the team, and you said, "Oh, I'll keep him in mind." I remember we was talking in the bleachers. We was by the concession stand, and you was ordering some food. I remember it was cold that night too. You had this jacket on. I forgot what it was. It was a heavy jacket. I remember you.
Yeah, it was cold as hell.
It was cold.
That shit.
All right, fellas. Well, hey, I tell you what, man, I appreciate everybody. I'm finna get off this line because I got to get ready.
Hey, AJ and AG, man, I appreciate you letting me in, man. God bless, man. I hope your families are safe, man, and have a good evening, man.
Same here, man. I appreciate you. Much love.
Love. Bye.
Rob's a real good brother, man. And like you said, me personally, I never have a problem with guys being supportive of their children. I think more and more men should, be supportive of the kids. So a big shout out to him. Look. Yeah, this dude right here, man. Anyway, man. Hey, so guys, yeah. Hey, guys, this year, the game's gonna be coming up in January. So we look forward to having, getting these teams together. Next week we'll start opening up nominations for seniors to play in the All-Star game. In the All-Star game, they get their own jersey, they get to keep, get a lot of little special things like, sleeves and stuff from Sleeve King and we look forward to it. So with that being said, man, anything oh, you know what, before we go, since you brought up college, what we got a couple of college teams that are playing this week. You have Florida State and LSU. Who you got? AJ, can you hear me? There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go Florida State. It's gonna be a tough one, but I'm gonna go Florida State.
I think LSU gonna pull it out. I really do. I think LSU.
Yeah,
it'll be Brian Kelly's second year. I think he'll pull it out. Let's just do all Florida teams. It's like Florida, Utah.
Damn, that's another one, man. Like
at Utah. It's at Utah. It's at Utah. That means that
Utah quarterback Utah quarterback tore his ACL last year. He coming back from a torn ACL, so I don't even know, man.
Utah guy always have a good. The Utah strength is not, because once again, it's not our area, but you have what's the boy Glover from Lake Gibson, and that
Yeah,
where he was
Lake
from.
Gibson.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so he should be running it, toting that thing. So I'm gonna go with Utah. I think they, I don't know if I mean the Gators defense is gonna be biting, but once again I'm in a situation like we talked earlier. I don't know if the offense is gonna they if they're gonna be. And shout out to Willie Jackson's son. He's gonna be starting it from walk on to starting in Florida. That's big. So shout out to him. All right, and then so who you got? Florida, Utah.
Yeah, probably go Utah too. I don't know if they cover that
All
map.
right.
You know.
Who's Miami got?
Um,
Hurricanes got they don't have nobody worth picking because those are two good games. I'm telling you, I would watch those two games if I was home.
I'm gonna go. I'm
You
gonna
gonna go?
go Utah. I go
Oh
Utah.
no, Utah. No, I'm definitely going Utah. But who does Miami play? Who they
Florida.
got?
You say who Miami got?
Yeah.
I think.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I
Let me
got you,
see.
Warren. I'm gonna go UCF. I definitely gonna go UCF against Kent State. Miami. Who the hell? Who do they
I don't know
have?
if they
Hold on.
cover that 37 though.
Who?
Miami got
UCF?
Miami of Ohio.
Oh yeah, because that's the thing.
UCF got Kent State.
Yeah, I know UCF got Kent. I'm gonna take Miami. I'm not doing spreads. I'm just straight up on the games.
Oh
We
yeah, I got
can't
Miami.
and we can't do this without really uh my wife, my lovely wife who I love dearly, who went to FAMU University. And shout out to all the people in Tallahassee in general. Hopefully they're safe for the storm. But FAMU plays Jackson State. Who you got?
Jackson State.
I'm gonna go with the Rattlers, man. I'm gonna go with the Rattlers, man. Willie's got some, man. Shout out to FAMU. One of the kids, actually, their D lineman Isaiah Land, actually is on the 53-man roster for the Colts. So shout out to
Yeah.
Isaiah. Which and, this is the thing about me. I keep trying to tell people, you want to be attached to me in some form or fashion. If you are 3 or 4, 5 degrees of separation, you good. So my Isaiah Land story, Isaiah Land dates my cousin. That's his girlfriend. So hey, nice kid though. Also knew him as well through Kenyatta, Kenyatta Watt, Kenyatta up in Georgia. But it's a small world. Kenyatta called me and was talking about his girlfriend. I'm like, man, that's my cousin. I didn't even know she was dating him,
Yeah.
but that's a small world. But good kid too. So all right, man. So Warren said he takes JSU. So and hopefully everyone will go out and support the classic, like Deion Sanders is still there. Like hopefully everyone and hopefully speaking of Deion Sanders, hopefully the Colorado Buffs shock the world and put some on TCU. We definitely praying for that in the Wasim household.
Hey man, I want them to win too, but I really want them to cover that 21. So if they can cover that 21, they'll be all right with me.
Oh yeah, they gonna cover that 21. I believe in that. So all right, man. Well, I appreciate it, man. We'll catch you guys next week. Guys, be safe out there. Good luck in school for those who are going back to work. And once again, thank you guys for supporting us at Elite 100 podcast. Thanks. Bye bye.
Peace.